Hey guys, this video is a little different today. This one is about my Subcool van that I use for residential business. Almost blew this motor yesterday. Here's what happened. I got a call from a customer. AC wasn't cooling. We kept delaying the time. He wasn't going to be home, so I finally called. He's going to be home at a certain time, so I said fine. Let me jump in the truck. I'll head over there. And as I got in the truck, I noticed that there was a streak of oil, or the rainbow streak, whatever you want to call it. Didn't think twice about it because my son likes to work on vehicles and stuff like that. So I thought residual oil. It was raining. It rained all day. It rained all night. And I figured, it's just left over from that. Got in the van. Crank. Stalls. Okay. Crank it again. Stalls again. All right. That's not right. Gave it one more time, long crank, finally starts up, running smooth. I said, let me shut it off. Maybe that thing was, that oil streak was related. I get out, pop the hood. I noticed the coolant was low. It's low now, but we've done the repair. I gotta top it off. And look under here. And there was just oil pouring off the bell housing, backside of the motor onto the transmission. This is a 2019 Ram ProMaster, about 77, almost 78,000 miles on it. Really the first issue I've had mechanically with the drivetrain was this. So anyway, I didn't get that recorded. Like I said, it was pouring down rain, and last thing I was thinking about was making a video. But I figured this is part of the job, especially if you're a small business owner like I am, and these things come up, you have to fix them. So another problem I noticed, when I open this, water's just pouring off of here right onto this intake manifold. So I gotta do something to stop that. It's a crappy design. This is a drain for that section there, but it doesn't work too good. Anyways, so back to the problem. I got out the actually first back up, I went and got my son, because he is the car guru and he also works with me in my business learning AC, but he loves working on cars and loves figuring out stuff like this. He's got an old GMC truck there that he's LS swap, transmission swap, rear end swap. He's done everything to that thing, so I trust his abilities in working on cars. Look at that, we got water in there too. So anyways, grabbed him. I said, you need to come take a look at this thing. And so he looked at it. He's like, wow. He's like, that's a lot of oil pouring out. Let's get the Borescdope out. So we got the Borescdope out, started checking, and ended up being problem with these vehicles. They have a oil filter assembly is on top, so, which is right there. The original one is all plastic. Here it is here. The upgraded one is all cast aluminum, and it is actually an oil cooler and filter assembly in one. So if you look at this, the failed part were these O-rings, where this mounts to the engine block, where it sits in the valley, because this sits directly in the valley between the two cylinder heads. There's a cylinder head right here and one in the back. This is a front wheel drive vehicle. So we looked up the local AutoZone. They had that part in stock. It's roughly a $300 part, and it's an upgraded part. So went and grabbed that, grabbed our supplies for doing oil change, coolant, and got to replacing it. We were able to get the oil sending unit out, which was the one that's open right there, but that temperature sender, nope, it would not come out. That thing was just rounding off. I think the corrosion or whatever had it in there. But you can also see there's a lot of corrosion been going on there on that oil cooler. I think that has to do probably with the water dripping off this onto the intake and then running down into the valley and filling up. So long story short, I think the rain did help me out and save me, because at that same time the customer was calling me back saying, hey, I think we're gonna have to postpone this because I'm not gonna be home in time. So I said, thank God I've got to postpone it too, because I just had a engine problem and I don't know what it is. So I'll see you in the morning. So we're gonna run out and go check out that call now. But anyways, the process for this wasn't too bad. It did consume an evening, and you basically take this intake off. There's a filter in there for cabin air, and then there's some bolts back in there that hold it on, actually some nuts. There's like 3 in there, 1 up there. Remove that, remove the intake, hoses, disconnect all your harnesses for the I don't know what all these parts are called, but probably the idle control, and definitely have to disconnect the hoses going for vacuum and all that good stuff. So my son can tell you more about that stuff, but anyways, I helped him through the whole process. But it's easier if you get all this stuff out of the way. You pull the intake out, and then you can get to the oil cooler assembly. I'm going to throw some pictures in there of what that looked like when we got it out. I did not do any videoing. My son's not a fan of videoing, but anyways, I did take some pictures as we were going, and I wish I took some more or some video. But anyways, this is my story. That's what happened. So we got it all back together and it's running great. There was no oil leaking. He did tell me I need to top off the coolant in the morning after it settles and cools off. So we are cool right now, and we're gonna do such. But yeah, I can just tell you, man, what an ordeal. But if there's a silver lining, that rain saved me from losing an engine, because I would have just jumped in the truck, took off and ran after that. Went to the service call, probably would have ran out of either coolant or oil in the process and blown this motor, and now looking for another vehicle. So, which might still happen. This thing's 5 years old. It has done me well. It has made me plenty of money over the 5 years. Like I said, all I really do out of this vehicle is residential repair, and I have a commercial vehicle for the employer I work for during the daytime. So, and that employer had set me up for most of the residential leads and the networks that I have. So very thankful for them. But anyways, that's what we're going to do. Top this off, and I'm going to go out and check out that service call and see what it is. It was no cooling. It's just a residential split. So maybe we'll throw that in here. All right, that should do it. And put the cap back on. All right, cold crank coming up. Perfect. And that's normal. So also did the oil change while we were at it. It was due for oil change. So there you see the miles. 77, almost 77.6. So it's been a good vehicle. I don't know, this is my second one. I love it because of the high top feature. Plenty of cargo space in the back. Wasn't crazy about front wheel drive, but it is what it is, and that's how they come. So I'm a GM man. I like GM trucks. So it might be time for a GM. I don't know. I just, man, I wish they were a little bit taller in the back for loading equipment and just getting around, maneuvering around. And I'm not the tallest guy in the world either, so it's not like it would hurt me to go to a lower van. But all right, let's check it out and see what's going on. Yeah, yesterday we had a river flowing off of this thing, so I think with all the rainwater leaking in, the hood closed, pouring in there, leaked in here, filled up the valley. The valley was full of oil from the leaking oil cooler filter assembly, and it was probably leaking some coolant too, because this was low. So they have, you know, the coolant runs through there and the oil. So anyways, I think we're in good shape. We're gonna find out. We're taking her out on a service call and see if we can fix an air conditioner. All right, we're just gonna scope it out there. Like I said, the new assembly is all aluminum, and that is where it meets the valley. Nice and dry, no oil, no plastic. The only plastic piece is the top of the filter housing, where you take that off and then you have a filter element that inserts in there. So yeah, looks like we got her. All right, also gonna check our oil level. Just turned it off, so let's see. I'd say we're full. All right, perfect. All right. Time to go make some money. All right, just got to the customer's house. Let's see, about 11-mile trip. Still good. It's a bag capacitor, so hopefully the compressor will start right up, but customer's right over me, so I'm not gonna film that. Yeah, we got it going. It was just bag capacitor. I went ahead and changed the one in here too. It's reading a little weak. So we're just gonna do a little maintenance on it, check the charge. He had somebody else out, said it possibly was low. Found the caps inside there, so we'll check it out. All right, that was a quick, easy call. Got that one fixed, just a couple capacitors, and yeah, the guy was happy, so I'm happy. Thank you, son, for helping me fix my truck, and back in business. So on to the next one. Thanks for watching.